You know, my modern and unstoppable seniors, let's have a real conversation today. Just you and me. I want to talk about something that doesn't get said enough, especially when you reach a certain age. You see, as we get older, society has this strange way of making us feel like we've somehow faded into the background. Like all the attention is meant for the younger crowd, and we're just quietly sitting at the sidelines. But let me tell you something that might surprise you. Being an older man doesn't mean you've lost your charm. In fact, it might just be the opposite. Now, you might not always see it in the mirror. I get that. Some days, you probably glance at yourself and think, well, I've got a few more wrinkles than I used to. Or, that hair isn't quite the same color anymore. But what if I told you that while you're busy noticing these little changes, other people are noticing something entirely different? Something quietly magnetic. That's right. You might not think of yourself as a good-looking older man, but there are signs, real signs, that say otherwise. And the first one, my modern and unstoppable seniors, is this. You carry a natural confidence without even realizing it. You see, confidence at your age isn't about puffing up your chest or trying to prove anything. No, it's much quieter, much deeper. It's the way you walk into a room with a sense of ease. You're not scrambling for approval. You're not chasing trends or trying to outdo anyone. You've lived enough life to know your worth, and that shows. People around you pick up on it, often without even realizing it themselves. It's attractive, it's magnetic, and it's something younger men are still trying to figure out. What's more, this kind of confidence doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It's in the way you make eye contact, the way you listen when someone speaks, the way you stay grounded when others are flustered. You've seen enough storms to know they pass, and that calm assurance? Oh, it's incredibly appealing, especially in today's fast-paced, restless world, where true calm feels like a rare treasure. And speaking of treasure, let's talk about your style. Yes, your personal style. I know some of you might be thinking, well, I just wear what's comfortable these days. And that's fine, that's good even. But here's the thing, comfort can be stylish when it's authentic. You might not realize this, but when you embrace clothes that suit you, not because they're trendy, but because they feel like you, it sends a powerful message. It says you know yourself. And that self-assuredness in your style is far more attractive than chasing the latest fashion fad. Maybe you've got that favorite jacket that's been with you for years. Maybe it's the way you wear your watch, or the easy way you roll up your sleeves when you're getting things done. These little details, they tell a story. They reflect a man who's lived, who's learned, and who's still moving forward with pride. And let me assure you, people notice. Younger people notice. Potential partners notice. And even if you don't hear compliments every day, the admiration is very much there. Now let's go even deeper. There's something else, something a little less obvious but just as powerful. It's your natural charm, born from experience. You see, as the years go by, you've gathered stories, wisdom, and, let's be honest, a better sense of humor too. You know when to share a funny moment, and when to offer a thoughtful pause. You've learned that conversations aren't competitions, they're connections. And this, my modern and unstoppable seniors, makes you incredibly attractive in ways you might not even realize. Younger men might have energy, sure, but you have depth. You have the kind of charm that can't be faked or rushed. When you speak, your words carry the weight of experience, and that captivates people. It draws them in. They want to hear what you have to say, not because you're trying to impress, but because you naturally enrich the conversation. That, right there, is timeless appeal. And here's the wonderful thing. This charm isn't something you have to work at. It's already there. It's in your genuine laughter, in the way you make people feel comfortable just by being around you. It's in the small courtesies you offer without a second thought. Holding a door open, offering a seat, giving someone your full attention when they speak. These gestures speak volumes about the kind of man you are, and trust me, they're far more attractive than flashy displays or empty bravado. So, my modern and unstoppable seniors, take a moment right now and really let this sink in. You might not see it in the mirror every morning, but the world sees it. The world feels it. You are carrying a quiet, powerful magnetism that only gets stronger with age. And this is just the beginning of what makes you a good-looking older man, even if you've never thought of yourself that way. What's more, my modern and unstoppable seniors, you've probably developed your own unique style over the years. And no, I'm not just talking about clothes, though that's part of it. I'm talking about the way you carry yourself. There's something so effortlessly appealing about a man who knows what suits him, not just in fashion, but in life. Maybe it's the way you wear a classic jacket that feels like a second skin, or how you choose shoes that tell a story of quality over flashiness. Maybe it's even simpler, the way you stand tall, shoulders relaxed, a calm assurance in your posture. That's the kind of style that never goes out of fashion. It's not about following what's trending today and gone tomorrow. It's about authenticity. And believe me, people notice. Especially in age gap relationships, where younger partners often find themselves drawn to that sense of self-assurance. There's an undeniable attraction to someone who's comfortable in their own skin, who doesn't need loud statements to make an impact. But here's something even more powerful. Your charm has matured like a fine wine. You've had time to refine your conversation skills, to understand the art of listening, the beauty of a well-placed story, or a joke that lands just right. You know when to speak and, perhaps more importantly, when to simply enjoy the moment in silence. That depth, that richness in conversation, creates a spark that's far more captivating than you might imagine. Younger people, including potential partners, often crave that depth. They're drawn to the way you weave wisdom and wit together, without trying too hard. And let's be honest, you've probably got stories that can make people laugh, think, and even feel inspired. You bring a lifetime of experience to every conversation. And that is an incredibly attractive quality. And have you noticed this next one? When you speak, people listen. Not because you're demanding attention, but because you naturally command it. It's the way your voice carries weight, not loudness, but presence. People sense that you're not just speaking for the sake of it. Your words come from experience, from having seen enough of life to understand its twists and turns. And when you share your thoughts, they land with a quiet authority that's deeply attractive. It's not about flashy gestures or constant chatter. It's about knowing the value of your words and letting them carry that natural gravitas. Even in casual moments, your presence fills the space in a way that draws others in. You may not see it yourself, but trust me, it's there. It's in the way people lean in just a little closer, in the way conversations naturally gravitate toward you at gatherings. And, my modern and unstoppable seniors, let's not forget the subtle energy you give off. That calm, reassuring vibe that younger people especially find magnetic. It's a kind of steady warmth, a grounded presence that makes others feel at ease. In an age where everything moves at lightning speed and people are constantly overwhelmed, your steady, composed energy feels like a safe harbor. You might not think of it as something special because, for you, it's just who you are. But from the outside looking in, it's deeply attractive. You offer a sense of balance, of having weathered storms and come out wiser and steadier on the other side. It's not something you can fake, and it's not something that comes overnight. It's earned, and you, my friend, have earned it beautifully. And then there's something that might surprise you even more. It's in your eyes. Yes, your eyes. You see, they tell a story no words ever could. They carry the kindness, the spark of life, and the depth of experience that you've gathered along the way. When you look at someone, you're not just seeing them, you're seeing them with layers of understanding and compassion that younger men haven't yet developed. People notice that, even if they can't quite put it into words. There's a warmth in your gaze, a kind of invitation that says, "I've seen life, and I still find it beautiful." That look, my modern and unstoppable seniors, is a powerful, silent sign of your attractiveness. It draws people in, makes them feel seen and appreciated in ways they might not even realize they were craving. And here's the beautiful thing about all of this. None of it requires you to be anyone other than who you already are. You don't need to chase youth or pretend to be something you're not. Your appeal, your magnetism, lies in the very life you've lived and the man you've become. And have you noticed, my modern and unstoppable seniors, how people seem to listen when you speak? Not out of politeness, but genuine interest. That's no accident. It's because you've developed a natural presence, a quiet authority that doesn't need to shout to be heard. When you share your thoughts, there's weight behind your words. They come from experience, from living through moments that have taught you lessons no book can fully capture. This presence is something many younger men are still chasing, and yet here you are, carrying it so naturally. In conversations, people often lean in a little closer, their curiosity sparked not just by what you're saying, but by how you say it. The calm, measured tone, the thoughtful pauses, it all signals depth and authenticity. And let me tell you, that kind of presence is deeply attractive. It's a quiet charisma that draws people in, sometimes without them even understanding why. And speaking of drawing people in, there's this beautiful thing that happens with younger people around you. Whether it's in social settings, family gatherings, or even casual encounters, younger folks often find themselves curious about you. It's not just respect for your age, it's genuine admiration. They sense the calm energy you bring, the way you make them feel at ease without trying to impress. They're intrigued by your stories, your outlook, your steady way of seeing the world. This is especially true in age gap relationships, where the connection often goes beyond the surface. It's not just about looks, though we'll come back to that in a moment. It's about how you make them feel. You offer a different pace, a refreshing alternative to the fast, sometimes chaotic energy of their own world. Your steady presence becomes a safe harbor, a place where they feel understood and valued. Now let's not forget something even more personal, something that catches people's attention almost immediately. Your eyes. Yes, your eyes, my moderns and unstoppable seniors. They're like windows into your journey, telling silent stories of love, laughter, and lessons learned along the way. There's a spark there, a kind, warm spark, that no wrinkle can ever diminish. In fact, it only grows brighter with time. It's the look of a man who's seen life's ups and downs and has chosen to keep his heart open anyway. People notice this, often more than you realize. They're drawn to the kindness and depth they see in your gaze. In moments of connection, it's your eyes that do half the talking. They communicate confidence without arrogance, warmth without neediness, and curiosity without pretense. That is a rare and beautiful thing. And as we continue, my modern and unstoppable seniors, there's even more to uncover about the signs you carry every single day, sometimes without even knowing it. Now let's not forget something that might surprise you, my modern and unstoppable seniors. Your eyes. Yes, your eyes. You might think they've grown tired over the years. Maybe you even see a few lines around them when you look in the mirror. But let me tell you the truth. Those lines are not flaws. They're stories. They're proof of laughter shared, worries faced, and wisdom gained. And believe it or not, they give your gaze a warmth and depth that younger eyes simply don't have yet. When people look into your eyes, they see kindness, patience, and life experience shining through. There's a certain spark there, a glimmer of curiosity that shows you're still very much engaged with the world around you. It's not dulled by age. In fact, It's brightened by everything you've seen and learned. And in a world that often feels rushed and disconnected, that genuine spark is incredibly attractive. It makes people feel seen, valued, and connected on a deeper level. You see, attraction isn't just about smooth skin or thick hair. It's about energy, about presence, about the way you make others feel in your company. And you, my modern and unstoppable seniors, have an abundance of that. Maybe you've been overlooking it. Maybe you've been too focused on what time has changed, rather than what it has gifted you. And let's be honest, part of this charm is also the way you embrace life. The way you laugh, not just a polite chuckle, but a full, hearty laugh that comes from the soul. The way you appreciate the small moments, because you understand their true value. That lightness, that ability to enjoy the moment without pretense, is infectious. People naturally want to be around someone who makes them feel at ease and reminds them to enjoy life's simple pleasures. So, my friend, if you've ever doubted yourself, I want you to remember this. There are so many subtle, powerful signs that you are, in fact, a very good-looking older man. Not just in appearance, but in presence, in charm, in energy. These qualities don't fade with age, they flourish. They grow richer, deeper, and far more magnetic than you might have ever realized. And as you go about your day, carrying all this wisdom and quiet confidence, hold your head high. Know that you are seen, you are admired, and you are appreciated, more than you think. Because you, my modern and unstoppable seniors, are living proof that true attractiveness only grows stronger with time.